No, Pastor Paul. Looks like I finally get to run the update show. Welcome to the Pastor Paul Update Show, where I have finally taken over. I really should have taken over before we announced that we were ending the show next week, but you know. My name is Joel, and normally I'm behind the camera or editing the show, and today I want to take you through some of my absolute favorite episodes that we've made of the Pastor Paul Update Show. But first, I have a couple of announcements. Firstly, outdoor worship starts May 29th, 2022. And it's gonna be great. We're gonna be down by the pond, plenty of seating. The grass is green. The weather is beautiful right now. I think it's gonna be absolutely wonderful. We will be out there for the 8:30 traditional and the 10 o'clock modern service. We're gonna keep doing outdoor worship on the last Sunday of every month through September. So you have 4 more chances after May to come enjoy some beautiful outdoor worship. Secondly, VBS is coming up on July 18th through the 21st, and it's gonna be a party. The theme this year is I Wonder, and I think that means there's rockets and stuff. I don't know anything about rockets except that they are very cool. So you should sign your kids up at our website right here, so that they can come learn about rockets too. Let me tell you, I was here for VBS last year, and every day was a ton of fun. Your kids aren't gonna wanna miss it. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, I think it's time to talk about my favorite episodes of the Pastor Paul Update Show. I don't know how that got there. So from time to time, especially around holidays and in the summertime, we like to do a thing called the Pastor Paul Cooking Show. And I think my favorite one might have come from summer of last year when Theo was on the show, and well, let's just say I'm not the first person to take over the show. Roll that clip. Wait, I have to roll the clip. Roll that clip, me.
Can I say something first?
Sure. Hold on, wait till Joel says, are you ready, Joel?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, what do you want to say?
It's welcome to take my cooking show on.
Tell them all about your Lego characters and which one is your favorite, okay? Go for it.
Okay, whoopsies. Let's just do the Theo update show. I got the Captain Raider from A New Hope, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith, and then R2-D2 from Luke's. Whoa, whoopsie.
Theo and I share some interests, and one of those is Lego Star Wars minifigures, so quite frankly, I wish he would do that show more often. This is not the first time I've been on the Pastor Paul Update Show. In fact, it's not even the second. It's actually the third. The first one is back when I started here in 2020, and I highly recommend that you never go back and watch that one. But I was on there a second time with Bailey, and we were talking about how to end the show, and I was like, well, I'll go back into our archives and maybe we'll have something interesting that people would like to see. And believe it or not, I think I found something of great historical value. There was this file just called joyofpainting.mp4, and I opened it, and lo and behold, there was a lost episode of Bob Ross's public television show. I don't know why it was lost. It was just as good as any of the others. I think we should take a look at that.
Welcome to Joy of Painting. My name is Bob Ross, and I'm so excited to be painting with you today. We're going to start out with this beautiful beginning part of Jesus. And then we're going to draw a sun, just like this. Go with the Spirit, make your sun, then you get your orange. Make sure you've got your good blending. Oh, it's so beautiful. Here we go. Oh, we don't make any mistakes here, just happy accidents, everybody. Just blend it in. Find freedom on the canvas, everybody. Freedom on the canvas. Anytime you don't know what to do, you just learn. Every time you learn, you gain knowledge, you gain perspective, you gain joy. This is a happy little tree over here. This is the ground. Gonna do the smoosh, 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 smoosh with the grass. It's so important to do something every day that makes you happy. Painting makes me happy. Happy little trees, happy little trees. Oh, there's another happy accident. There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Trees are best friends. They bring us joy and animals and oxygen, right? You too can paint almighty pictures. It's all in the wrist. This is life. It's interesting and it's fun. Thank you for joining my show today. All right, that's enough. Bob Ross is making a retirement. Come back later and I will have the final product to show you. I have no idea how Bob Ross talks. I felt so much pressure with the camera and the lights. I needed to have some quiet time to think and to prepare and to get my heart centered on my art, on my happy little trees. So with my time and the drying of the paint, here is the final product of our painting. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had so much fun. We'll see you next time.
I mean, I don't know if I got any better at painting from that clip, but isn't Bob Ross so relaxing? Man, just those happy little trees. While we're just on the topic of people taking over the Pastor Paul Update Show, remember when Pastor Ellie took over the Pastor Paul Update Show and she gave Pastor Paul a fast quiz? Who could forget? Because, quite frankly, that was an iconic moment. It was amazing. If you don't remember, better take a look at this.
What is your mother's middle name?
Lorraine. Valera Lorraine Utzman.
Sorry,
Valera.
Val, I'm really sorry.
What?
Lorraine.
Lorraine?
Why do you think it's Lorraine?
What?
I even looked at your birth certificate. Loreen.
Mom, we're talking about this once we get off this show
Happy
here.
Mother's Day. All right, name one dress style or silhouette that women wear.
A-frame.
That's a skirt. Dress.
Puffy. Isn't that the poofy kinds? Like on Anna Green Gables, she has a puffy dress.
That's
That's not it?
one more try.
Mini skirt.
That is a skirt.
What? I don't know.
Maxi, slip, sheath, shirt, shift, sundress, cocktail, ball gown, wrap dress.
Never heard of them.
Okay.
Worth noting that if you like cooking shows and if you actually want to meet Val, who Ellie referred to in that clip, she was on the show 2 weeks ago making bread pudding, and I ate that bread pudding. It was fantastic. The next clip isn't one of the funny ones per se, but it was probably the most interesting to shoot out of all of them. Barb Ritchie, our incredibly talented organist here at St. Mark's, gave us a tour and the history of Opie, our organ in the Faith Worship Center. Here you go, take a look.
Okay, well, this is a fabulous instrument. It was built in 1928, and it had a home in the Bronx in New York. And it was restored and brought here thanks to the foundation here at the church and many of our people in the congregation. So it is a Skinner organ, very well thought of, kind of the Cadillac of organs back then. And so we're really fortunate to have it. What you see here, instead of just one keyboard like a piano would have, we have 3 keyboards. I can put a different sound on each keyboard. And I also have a keyboard down here for my feet. And really that's what it is a keyboard.
Isn't that organ so cool? And speaking of music, I think a song is the most powerful communication tool in the world, which is why my absolute favorite episode of the Pastor Paul Update Show is when we took away the table, we turned down the lights, and we went black and white, Jason brought down his guitar, we set up some microphones, and he and Pastor Paul sang a song that was definitely not inspired by More Than Words, a 1991 song by American rock band Extreme, released as the 5th track and 3rd single from their 2nd album in 1991. It was definitely not inspired and definitely not a parody of a song called... It was completely original. I think you better check it out.
Saying I need you is not the words you want to hear from me. It's not that you want me not to say it, but if you only knew how easy it would be to volunteer at church. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then I wouldn't have to say that we need you, 'cause you'd be a volunteer. What would you do if our church really needed you? More than words to show you feel that your love for church is real. What would you say if no volunteers came our way? Then I couldn't make things new just by saying we need you. La da di da 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 di da ya. More volunteers. La da di da da ya. Now that I've tried to talk to you and make you understand, all you have to do is volunteer and just give us a hand and sign up to serve somewhere. Don't ever say I'm not sure. More than words is all we ever needed you to show. Then we wouldn't have to sing this cheesy song, 'cause you'd be a volunteer. La da di da 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 di da ya. For volunteers. La da di da da da. More volunteers.
Oh man. Oh man, that one really does this to me every time. Every time, man. Man. It's so good. I'm gonna miss this show. I'm really gonna miss it. Well, this has been me on Pastor Paul Update. We'll see you next week for the final episode. I'm gonna need a minute. Have a great week as you connect faith and life. Why am I sitting like this? Who sits like this? Nobody.